What is up YouTube, it's Chris. So, how would you react if I told you that VHS closed beta is almost done and early access is soon to be upon us? Well, I don't know how these things usually work, but we've been in closed beta for quite a while now, and it would be about time to get into early access. All that said, that's not exactly how it works, and that's not the only reason to release early access. Unless you're ready for it, what's the point? You want the game to be a success, so there's really no benefit in rushing anything. But I will tell you a couple of reasons why I think early access is spooner than you think. The first thing that I'm gonna mention, which we did discuss in almost every previous discussion video we made, but the game is currently in a really good state. If you played in closed beta, you will know what I'm talking about. There's almost no bugs to worry about, and any issues that arise or any potential ones that will happen in the future have been and will be dealt with fairly quickly. Obviously, we're not gonna mention the hacker's attack, that one doesn't count. So now that we know that the game is in a really good state, let's talk about how we got here. At the beginning of the closed beta, there was only a couple of hundreds of players online at a time, because that's all they could let in. And with each new wave, there was more and more problems. No matter how minor, those problems did happen to quite a few people, and they were destroying their quality of life experience, so they had to be dealt with delicately. And as we move on, there was more and more people in the game, problems were being dealt with, there was less and less to worry about, and we got to the point where the game was actually in such a good state. And I'm pretty sure we've been getting to the final stages of the beta, which I did discuss in one of my previous videos. Hacker's attack did ruin everything for us, but I would even call it a blessing. Because as you can see, we've been under maintenance for over a month now, and it still might be a week or so until we're back online. With all that said, if the game went into early access and then the hacker's attack occurred, and we went into this long of a maintenance, it would definitely be catastrophic for the game, developers, and all of us. My biggest concern about this happening in early access is how developers would react to it. Because we would now have a huge player base that wanted to play the game every day since it's available to everybody. You would already have the paid content out there. Players would start investing in the game, into developers, and they would expect certain things, which is not the case in closed beta. You cannot really expect much while the game is in beta, because the whole purpose of you playing in it is actually to test out everything, scout for the problems, and report it back to developers so they can fix it up and launch a nicely developed game. And now they will be able to fix all of those issues, including everything that was brought upon us from the hacker's attack. That's a huge bonus. This is something they will most probably never have to worry about again. So chances of one month or longer maintenance happening in the future is definitely slimmer. And as I said, if this happened during early access or full release, because a lot of people would start investing into the game and certain expectations are supposed to be met, developers would probably feel pressured to give you back the game before they can fix all of those issues, and that would be catastrophic for the health of VHS and its future. But now let me tell you why I think once we're done with the maintenance and we're back into the closed beta, early access will be happening sooner than you think. I cannot really tell you how much longer closed beta is gonna last, but my estimate is only about a couple of weeks. I'm not talking about like month or two, I'm talking more about like 2 to 4 weeks. The biggest reason is because I think we were already really close to early access. The game was incredibly stable, they were letting more and more people in. The last time I made a video on how many people were in the beta, and it was approximately around 2,000 from what we've discussed, they let in a lot more waves, and from what they've told us, every next wave was bigger. There is most probably over a couple of thousand of people currently in the beta, maybe around 5,000-6,000, we don't know. But that's already a really good start towards early access, considering the gap between beta and EA will not be as huge. And as somebody who played the game daily and experienced every single one of those waves, I can tell you this much. After they started releasing new waves every single day, the game wasn't getting less stable. Every now and then, we would have a couple of minor bugs, but nothing really to worry about. And based off all of that information, I would definitely say we're getting really close to early access. If we're talking about the health of the game and servers, I would definitely say we were almost there, if not already there. However, I will tell you about one thing that most probably wasn't ready yet, or even if they do, they don't understand or necessarily talk about, and that is the content that goes with the release. Even though it's not the full release of the game and it's only early access, I mean only early access, it's still a huge deal. There is a lot of content that developers need to make for the game, which includes all the way from social media promotions to initial video releases. That may be like a huge YouTube video or whatnot, maybe something that's related to the game directly, like maybe on the first day of the early access we get a new monster, new map. That is a lot of things to worry about. There's a lot of people here included into that kind of work, and this is something that's really important to the game's future, so I'm pretty sure this is something they want to do right. I don't know if you realized, but lately they hired a couple more people. Sam, who is a social media manager, I think, for them. Excuse me if I'm wrong. So if they're hiring more and more people for social media promotions, for creating content, that means they're getting ready to launch. And one last thing that I will say, in every developer team, in every company that makes games, you have workers who do certain things, which means there is a certain group within Hellbent that is currently dealing with the hackers attack and focusing on improving and fixing the security system. Then you have the other group which develops the game, the maps, the characters, the weapons. And then the third group which deals with the social media, promotions, making videos, content, whatever. I hope you're connecting the dots here. This all means that while we're under maintenance and one group is dealing with all of those problems, the other groups are currently working on improving the game and making content, which means that during the last month where we couldn't play the game, they were still improving everything and getting ready for early access. So once the beta is back up again, they will just need a short period of time to maybe let in a couple more people so they can stress test the servers a bit to see how the game performs, but I feel like most of the work will be done by then. And there's gonna be only a couple more things they need to do before they decide we're ready for early access. And that's exactly why I think VHS closed beta is almost done and early access is soon to be upon us. As always, I want to hear what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, if you want to talk about it, discuss, if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave them down below. And if you guys find the videos enjoyable and want to support the channel, I would highly appreciate if you smash the like button. It really does help a lot. Obviously, once the game is back up and running, I will be posting a ton of gameplay, discussion, tutorial, informational videos, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. All that said, wishing you all a beautiful rest of your day, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. See ya.